On this episode of Buff's Garage, we're continuing the 12 days of Buffmas with this 1978 Chevy LUV. We still got a lot to do. And now that I've kind of worked through the fuel system, we've got a few things to finish up there. We've got a few things to finish up with the engine, but we need to head on to the next step. So even though the engine and transmission have to go back in, I first want to check the heater core because, well, it's right there, which would be impossible to get to once the engine's in. So I'm going to go ahead and try to test that and see if it's going to explode. Now, how do I test it? I don't know yet, but I'm about to find out. Well, when you don't have the entire vehicle's engine and cooling system in place, there's only so many ways you can test this. And you can go out and buy yourself a pressure tester, which then hooks into the system, and then you manually pump up the pressure and create the scenario to where that heater core would blow. But I don't have any of that, and I'm not going to go buy it. So instead, I took the old piece of heater hose that came out. I stuffed a tire valve stem in there, and we're going to clamp it into place. Might hold, I don't know. We're going to throw a little bit of fluid into the system, cap off the other side, and pressure it up to about, I don't know, 15 to 20 pounds and see what happens. I'm sure this will be fine. So I put a block off there. We've got this hooked to this valve, which I assume is ran by the heater system to open and close things. You know what I need to do first? Just put some fluid in it and see what happens. It'll either work or it won't. We're just going to try some water for now. The valve might be leaking. After pouring that in, I feel like the valve might be leaking. I don't know. I know there's no way I'm going to find another one of those. But let's try my experiment. It'll either work or it absolutely won't. It's definitely leaking from that area right there. Well, it's not a great sign. Yep, that valve is definitely leaking. Let's see if it leaked on the inside, though. I see no wetness on the floor. All right, well, here's the way I look at it. If I wanted heat all the time, I could bypass that valve, go directly to the heater core, and in theory, it's going to hold pressure until it doesn't. And you can't get a heater core for these. People are putting in ones from like a Suzu Trooper, and I hear those are pretty close and you can make it work. But it would suck to do when the engine's not out. And I don't have one, so I don't know. It seems okay. I'm going to see if I can find that valve. Be right back. Well, wouldn't you believe it? Rock Auto didn't have one. But I did find a place called Connecticut Classic Car Parts, I think. And they have all kind of random new old stock parts sitting on a shelf. Really cool. And I found one for like 15, 16 bucks. But then it was another 15, 16 bucks to ship it. So 30 bucks all in to get that little mechanical valve replaced. No idea when it's going to be here, but it looked exactly like that one. So we're just going to hurry up and wait for that to show up. Well, we found the weak spot in the heater core and that whole part of the system, but now we need to try to figure out why the blower motor isn't working. We hooked power up. I made sure I had good grounds, and just looking through all this, I can tell that it's pretty crusty and bad, and it's supposed to have a little cover on there to tell me what's what, but that's long gone, and this thing's pretty brittle. So let's go through and see if we can't clean up the fuses, maybe clean up the contacts, and figure out what goes where, and maybe, I don't know, get some things working again. Well, if you remember in the Bronco 2 video, Wrenching with Ray brought a fancy little tool to test circuits on that thing, and I mentioned it in the video, and you know what? 2 of you guys sent me one. So I don't remember which one sent me this one, but thanks for sending it. And now we're going to use it to test some circuits. Let's test the key. Let's make sure the key's on. All right, key is on. Blower motor is switched on. So in theory, we should have blower motor. I did find a forum site that explained how to rebuild these fuse boxes, but it didn't tell me which fuse was which. I'm sure somewhere there's a book that'll explain it. I also found the wiring diagram, but it's in black and white, so that didn't help me at all. It doesn't explain what color's what. And you know how wiring diagrams are, all the wires cross each other on the page, so unless you have it printed out in multiple colors, it's hard to trace it. It's definitely doable, but I'm going to spend a long time trying to figure it out. If this would have been my swap, I would have done what I did with Fred, gutted everything, and installed my own fuse box and wiring. But I don't have time for that this time around. Alright, so the fuse box is literally disintegrating in front of me, so I think I'm going to go ahead and just order an updated one. The kind like I used in Fred and in Falkenstein. It's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 circuits, so it's a perfect amount to replace with this new. And the new one will use blade fuses, because honestly, I've got a bunch of these glass ones laying around, but it's hard to find them on the road sometimes, where the blade fuses are a lot easier. So I've gone through and I've slowly and meticulously sanded each one of these contacts, but like I said, it's starting to disintegrate. Like the actual clips that hold the glass fuses are snapping off, and I'm not aggressive with them. I'm just giving them a little bit of rub with the sandpaper. But let's try this one. Nope. How about this one? Wait a minute. We've got blower motor. Okay, so now we got to get that valve replaced, which it's coming. I don't know when. We need to get a fuse box, but we got a blower motor. I love it. I might actually have heat in this thing. It's really noisy, but that's okay. It's functioning, and I don't care. It's functioning. Now let's see if we can get the wipers to work. I don't know if one of these is the wipers. Did I turn the key off? No. Let's clean this one up. And keep in mind, the wiper motor just might be bad. All right, nothing on the wiper motor. So we'll have to dig into that later. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get that 6-circuit fuse box ordered, and hopefully it'll be here within a day or two, you know, Christmas shipping. And that'll kind of shore up this. Then we need to go through and find all the little grounds that have been disconnected and reconnect all of those. And that'll help close some of the circuit on all of this. And in the end, we know we've got a new heater valve coming. I've got new heater hoses once the engine transmission goes in. The heater core didn't leak according to my little fake test, which I'm sorry. I think it worked. You can naysay, that's fine. I think it worked. It found the weak spot and it wasn't inside. So I'm not unhappy. Now, if it blows later, that'll suck, but we can always just loop it and be done. Okay. That's pretty cool. Boy, do I got a lot of stuff left to order and to do. There's plenty left to do. I still got to put the engine and transmission back in, but to do that, I got to do this, and to do that, I got to do this, and there's just plenty. So a lot of you guys actually either had LUVs or currently have LUVs or have a lot of information, parts, whatever about Chevy LUV. So any of you with any kind of information to help me out, go ahead and drop it in the comments below. I truly appreciate it. I am looking for parts, so let me know what you got, because parts for Chevy LUVs are ridiculously hard to find. Which is crazy because there is a lot of love for these trucks. A lot of love. Yeah, there's a lot of love for these trucks, but not a lot of parts available. So I guess we'll do the best we can with what we got. All right, well, we're just waiting on the old Christmas shipping. And speaking of shipping, for those of you that have already ordered merch, I truly appreciate you. And hopefully you can see that when you get your present back from me to you for the 12 days of Buffmas. I appreciate each and every one of you. All right, I said I wasn't going to worry about the wipers, and I really hadn't planned on it. But whenever I got in here and started looking around, I realized that the switch was right here, so I took it out, did some tests. There's definitely something going on. There's power going to the switch. It's not consistent. And the wiper motor is actually up underneath this dash, but I can't see it. I can just see where the arm comes through. So this looks kind of hairy. I do believe I can access it. I will probably be able to find one. The linkage maybe froze up, but I think it's more just kind of, I think the motor's probably froze up. I think the motor's probably rusted or shorted out. So we'll figure out how to get the wipers down at least. It's not like I don't drive vehicles with no wipers. It's a thing. I'm also on the lookout for a windshield. So once I get the wipers down, I'm going to want to find a windshield. And my guy over in Oklahoma City area, that's just like 4 hours away you know, each way. So 8-hour trip to get a windshield. So if you know anybody closer that's got a windshield or can get me a windshield for a 78 Chevy LUV, let me know. I didn't want to replace it, but it's bad. So if I could get it replaced, that would be great. Yeah, the truck's value goes up a little bit when it might not even be worth it, but I want to drive it and I want to do it properly, and I'm going to need a windshield. So one more thing. Let's see what else is going on under here. All right, you can definitely see where they cut and spliced in the wires for the new setup, the new engine, the Buick stuff. They basically ran the harness right in here and then right into the ignition switch. They could have tied in somewhere underneath the hood, but they didn't. They tied it in right here at the switch. So I can't blame them, but it's not right. This goes up here. There we go. You know, little by little, we're going to get all this working. We just got to figure out what they've done and fix it. Somebody's been trying to fix the blinkers, the turn signals, because they've got a different relay, flasher relay in here than what was standard up here. So I may have to tear into this, take a look, and figure out why it's not working. Now, it's in the brake circuit, or usually is. So with that in mind, we got brake lights. So I think the failure is probably right here in the switch. But you know what? With a new fuse box coming, let's address that first. And then if we have to do some digging, we will. I'm pretty sure I can get a turn signal switch. Let me look that up. And once we get this thing running and driving, maybe we dig into that too. So I'll look at it and see if we can't get one coming. I know this was kind of a short one, but I appreciate you guys watching every day. Just come back tomorrow and we'll do this again. We've got the 12 days of Buffmas going, and if you hit up buffsgarage.com right now, grab yourself some merch or some stickers, you're going to get something back. Just a way of saying thank you for supporting the channel. So thanks for watching Buff's Garage. We'll see you tomorrow.